Sandra, y'all, welcome to Scotch on the Bayou. Happy Tuesday in the middle of April, spring showers, blooming flowers, the whole nine yards. It's absolutely a riotous spring here in South Louisiana. And I'm so glad everyone's here. I was down at the camp this weekend filming videos and enjoying flora and fauna, and I've made a new friend who will be appearing on some upcoming Camp Drams. He's got a lovely, uh, almost purse-like, shoe belt-like physique. Let's just put it that way. And was about 4 feet and was on the pier a lot. And I kept trying to make him go away. But anyway, we have a new pet out at the camp. His name is Joker, and he will be making an appearance in an upcoming Camp Dram. Yeah, so awesome. Good to see everyone. We got a crowd in. I'm really excited about tonight because the table is turned. I'm flipping the script, and we're going to not so much test our guest as we are going to test the whiskey, and we'll have some fun with that. So first, let's see who's in this scamp who's going to be here in a couple of weeks. Hey, Zach, good to see you. Thanks for being here, my friend. And James, you too. Cheers. And Gregor, yes, time for a dram, y'all. The man himself with the coif for days that never strays a hair in high humidity. I have witnessed it. I don't know what hair product he uses, but I need some clearly. Super stoked for him to be here with us today. And thanks, James, for you being here too. I really do appreciate it. Hey, Whiskey Frank Martin, good to see you. Yes, cheers and Gator. Gator, that's our new friend down at the camp for sure. Really stoked about doing some camp drams this weekend. It was so pretty. Hey, George. Yeah, I got to get the trainers on. Um, how do you train for a blind challenge? It's really hard, and I think it's all first impression and gut instinct, and we'll see what happens. The thing is, there's no right and wrong. It's all about your palate, right? And what you like. It really is. Hey, Andrew, good to see you too. Good to see you. We're making plans, and I'll be giving you a shout pretty soon. But most everything is locked down. 6 weeks from tomorrow, I fly out for Scotland, and I'm so stoked. I've been wanting to talk about it, but not until we got to this challenge, because I didn't want to give my man any more hints than I absolutely had to. Absolutely. Goodness. Hey, Jennifer, my friend. She's drinking some good stuff tonight. She's already shared with me. 21-year-old Lacheg, right? I think that's what you said it was. Yum. Hey, Mike. Good to see you. And Sugar Kitty is in, and Jose as well. Yes, happy Tuesday. And hey, Trooper, yes, further down the bayou. Oh, dude, I hope you get to your camp soon while we still have some nice, cool weather, right? Because it's gonna get hot fast. I already know that. Already know it. Hey, Too Slow is in, and look at this guy. Hey, Bill from one of our Isle Whiskey Academy buds. Good to see you on Facebook tonight. And Martin, Slanju, y'all, you bet. Awesome. Uh, well, on the Pacific Northwest, you'll get there some. Well, oh, snow. I can't even comprehend that, man. I really cannot even wrap my brain around snow in April. But um, when the summer is here, I will try to push all the hot air your way as I possibly can. I will. Hey, Peter. Good to see you too, and thanks for being in tonight. Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. Um, don't let Tom for a Dram fool you. He's pretty good in a blind. This guy is fabulous in a blind. This guy is just fabulous. And I'm so very thankful that I can call him friend. And I'm going to bring you in, ready or not. Here you come, buddy. I want everybody to welcome my friend and yours, Gregor from Time for a Dram. Hey, how are you? I can't hear you. Hang on a sec. Let's see. Now try. Okay.
Hi, Leanne. How you?
There you go. We got you.
You
Awesome.
gave me the fear there. Another
Yeah,
technical fear.
it's on my end. It was on my end. How we've been chatting a little bit. We didn't want to chat much before we started, but um I do appreciate this time, just about this time last year, a little further maybe into May. We you were getting ready for your big Caledonian Run trip with your
Yes.
buddies
Yeah.
and a caravan.
The less we talk about the caravan, the better, I think.
Oof. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you one thing, booking ferries, I can't even imagine what it was like trying to take a ferry across these, a caravan across a
Yeah.
ferry and booking all of that. I was so glad and had a really nice dram when I finally bought my last ferry ticket.
Oh, nice. Nice.
That's a lot of
Yeah.
pressure.
It is. You're right. There is a great sense of completion once you've
Yeah.
booked the last thing. Bear
Yeah.
in mind, stuff can still happen. Weather can affect a ferry, but it's the real world as well. If you miss one ferry, they'll put you on the next. So it's all good.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of hoping we everybody's like, take it easy, don't do too much. And I got into it, man. I was going to be everywhere, and I ended up cutting off a couple of places, and I was like, you know what, there's going to be a next time. There'll be a
Yeah.
next time.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
and your guidance, Roy's guidance, folks who've been over there before, they really helped in planning my trip. But this time last year when you were going, you had sent me a blind based on your travels,
Yeah.
and it was a lot of fun, but it was harder than hell. It
Oh,
just blinds are difficult because I think people feel like they have to get everything right. And that's really not even the point of a blind, right?
no. No, it's really about stripping away preconception and just judging it on what you've got. And then I messed with it even more, suggesting you could piece a road trip together just by that blind. And now, as you say, the roles have reversed, and I realised how ludicrous it was a challenge to post you or pose you. So thanks for returning the favour.
Oh, whatever I could do. Turnabout is fair play. And and you can. I am going to ask you to figure out what my
The
road trip
route.
itinerary is based on these 5 drams. That's gonna be
Yeah.
funny. Hey, Richie is in. Great to see you, man. I hope you're doing well, Richie. Um, Thanks for being here for sure. And so Andrew says that all hell the other day you actually got above 50 Fahrenheit. Wow. That's warm. I'm looking forward to a high of 70 while I'm there. That's for sure. Oh, I can't
W-
wait for that
We just
weather.
had hail. We just had hail up in the Pacific Northwest today.
Hail. Oh,
Hail.
gee.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Ew. I don't like
Yeah.
that kind of weather. Not for
Yeah.
sure. So there's 5 drams, and I'm gonna share this with everyone. I wanted y'all to see without showing and revealing everything. And I was like, oh well, I'll hold them up. Forget that. I'll spill them. But this is, in no particular order, but these are the 5 drams that I have poured for Gregor. And I wanted to see the different color and variation of them. And that way, when we start talking about them, you might can get. I didn't want to do a key, not because I don't trust Gregor to go run out on Google Docs and download it, but I did want to see, just kind of make this fun, and we'll go along with some different questions and things like that. So, um, Martin's bought me a dram in a super chat. Got to see. Oh, you're gonna go bring another soul into the world, friend. Thank you so much for being here and all the support, friend. And yes, watch the replay because I guarantee you it'll be a hoot when we get through this for sure. Thanks so much, Martin. Be well. Blessings on the new family. So, um, anyway, yes. So
The colour.
you pre-drank
I did.
last night.
Like a good Boy Scout, I did my homework last night.
Yeah.
It was quite interesting. It was quite late. I don't know if I would advise having a blind taste at 9:30. I think my palate was maybe not quite there, but yeah, I went through them. There was two that were darker than the others, I would say,
Yeah.
and one was quite notably lighter.
Yes.
D was, I think, quite notably. D and A maybe are quite lighter. Yeah, but I went through them, and funnily enough, last night, we can go through, I guess, what my preferences were. But last night, my nose matched the palate order, and then now I've tweaked a little bit.
Okay.
The palate.
So I do want you to tell me, like, kind of what your preference order is.
Okay, all right. So, well, just for shoots and giggles.
Yes.
My preference on the nose alone. So that's, it was only half the battle. It went E, B, A, C, D, and then on taste and on reflection, I would say it goes A, E, B, C, D, and I would say E and B could kind of switch around.
So your nose was E, B as in boy?
Yes.
Okay.
You have to work on the pronunciation understanding if you're going to where I'm from.
I know. I'm gonna go. Pardon?
B for belter.
B for belter.
A for apple.
I got it. Okay. And so A for palate and was A, E, B, C, D.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Very interesting.
And I would say E and B were quite curious. That I liked them, but they were quite curious. They kind of there was a few I couldn't place. And C and D clearly had a bit of peat, which might have put them down where I put them. And D, I think it was D. D I thought was quite young. But then it might just be the peat. Although it's quite intense on the peat, I thought. But I thought it was quite young.
It's intense on the peat, on the nose or the taste?
Yeah, it's not so much on the nose now. It's still a bit jaggy. I don't know. I think of all the peat that I drink, of what I would say is quite heavily peat or higher peat, maybe Lagavulin is where I'm at. And I don't know if it's setting me off as Lagavulin. I'm not averse to anyway. So I thought C or D were potentially young.
Interesting. Okay. I need to make some notes, y'all. Hold that thought.
And then sometimes it's hard to judge if the proof is high or it's young and jaggy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And I would say a hoot isn't in the beginning.
It's always a hoot around here. Oh, so Martin says is so confident in your nose and palate until you have to do a blind, and then you're humbled real quick. Yeah, it is. But then you hit one and you feel like, okay, maybe I'm not as big of a poser as I think I am.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Awesome. Hey, Donner, great to see you and glad that you off of work quick enough to come in and visit. I really appreciate it. So good to have you here. And Jennifer says, yeah, blind tastings are freaking intimidating. And they can be, but I think you kind of take it and you break them down into the building blocks of what are you actually tasting? What are you actually smelling? And from there, you can kind of make some generalities, just like you did right then, Gregor, because you're like, is it ABV or is it because it's young? Because so you understand what those connections are. And then maybe after you get into them, you can kind of tell. Interesting.
Plus, and we chatted on this on a podcast. You rely on your database. So if you're young in the journey, you've not got so much to recall from. Right. So it's going to be frustrating. the more you drink and kind of get to
Yeah.
know, you've got more touch points, I think.
Yeah.
And also, being confident to kind of just be open and kind of say what you see or taste, and don't worry about it being wrong. It's fun,
Mm-mm.
unless you're getting broadcast across the interweb, then it's intimidating.
Okay. It's okay. It really is. Okay, so let's just take a sip of each one,
Sure.
A through E, and this kind of let's talk about what you're tasting, and then we'll kind of get into some questions.
Yeah,
This one is is this A?
that doesn't look like A. That looks like B or E.
No, this is my A.
Okay.
It just maybe because I'm very dark around,
Okay.
and I have a heavier pour, I think.
See, mine's quite light. Yeah, quite light on the nose. I would say ex-bourbon. I'm not getting any finish notes.
No peat on this.
No. But so there's a sweet savoury. Yeah, it's reminded. It's telling me why that's definitely my favourite. I think of the next two that I would have said were in my top, it's the most recognisably Scotch and kind of like it's got the markers.
So I fretted and fretted over what to send you. Like Mark was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I've got to put this thing together for Gregor. I don't know what I'm going to give him." And I had bottles all over the kitchen table. I'm going through it. No, I can't have too many of that. No, I can't have too much of this. And then when I saw this particular one, I was like, that will be his jam. So
there we go.
I feel stoked. I feel like I would say whiskey sommelier in the sense that I could match what I think you would like.
I didn't get anything overly sherried. I mean, B or E could be something. Oh no, okay. Are you on B now?
I'm on B. Yeah, look at the color of B.
Yeah, B's a great color.
Ooh, that pretty.
And okay, I could on the nose. I could buy a little bit of sherry or sweetness. There's a jamminess.
So Jennifer says so that just means that she needs a lot more whiskey samples to build up her tasting database, right?
Something tells me Jen's database is plenty stacked.
My girl got a palate and then some.
There's something more amped in the taste on the palate than the nose. It goes
kind of like
it goes up a notch.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I connected the both. I don't know if I was expecting that. That's why I'm like, there's something, it's bizarre.
So what do you get on the nose? It's kind of got I wouldn't say funky, but it's got a very different nose to it.
Yeah, I don't know. There's like I don't know if it's a fruit sugar. I can't place it.
I'm literally biting my tongue right now. But we'll get there.
Yeah. It's good though. It's good. I mean, yeah, it was top 2 until I course corrected.
Yeah.
It's good.
Very cool. Awesome.
I'm a man of simple words. It's good.
It's good. Do you all find any distillers are too specific to be included in a blind? Springbank is for you. Don't think I could not guess it. Mark, I think for me, that's Glen Scotia. So like when I did the blind with SMWS and with Jason from the Mash and Drum, he and I both got, it was like, that's dead on Glen Scotia, but I'm a Glen Scotia fangirl. So I had that one imprinted in my brain. So I think whatever that Dram is, whatever that distillery is, that you really is your thing. For Jennifer, she could probably pick out an Ardbeg at 30 yards. Wouldn't even have to know at 30 yards. she could nose an Ardbeg and say, "Yep, that's it, permutation."
On the coast, of Isla, so a cork opens, away up the beach. You go, that's an Ardbeg.
That's right. That is her talent for sure. Um, yeah. So yeah, great question. Tell me what all y'all are sipping tonight. I wanna kind of. I'd love to see how close, if any of those match what we ended up pouring
I wish I
here.
could tell you what I'm sipping on. I wonder how many fingerprints, shall we say, that you can remember of the drinks, right? Like, so if Jen's an Ardbeg, like, what's her bandwidth to know others? Because I remember I chatted with Doogie Crystal,
Hmm.
Doogie Crystal, the pseudonym, and he's an Ardnamurchan fanboy. And I remember asking him, okay, so you've got Ardnamurchan locked in, right, to your data bank. I was like, how, if you didn't drink any more Ardnamurchan for a long time, could you still pick it out? And he's like, yeah, because it's there, it's locked. But I think that's because it's taken up so much of the hard drive.
Mm,
I'm curious if you can have
that's
so
interesting.
many.
That's very interesting. Yeah. Um, it is frustrating for me at times, I think, because there are some who I feel can go through their Rolodex
Hmm.
of whiskeys and go, oh well, there's this and it's like this, and and I'm like, I liken that to how people remember baseball scores and
All right.
stats. Like those people probably have it compartmentalized or something.
Yeah.
And I'm just going, hey, this tastes good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It would be interesting to see. Oh, Peter. Yeah. This guy likes some Deanston. That one was spectacular. I cried when that bottle was empty. I did. Oof. Yeah, Martin, that's the one I got in Denver that I was talking to you about. That what is the name of that liquor store downtown? But yeah, those are hard to find now, Peter. Relish every drop of that for sure. Gotta express, thank you, Matt. This is the man. How much you enjoyed the Dram Face podcast. Favorite distraction while at the gym. Thanks for hosting that, Gregor. Absolutely.
That's very kind. Thank you. Thank you. Whiskey on the West Coast. Matt, did you say?
Matt, yeah.
Matt. Here's Matt.
Um, Truly, if you listen to podcasts, even if you don't, there was one, it was like 2 or 3 episodes ago before, when you were talking about your trip and things that you learned, what you could and could not do in a camper van.
Aye.
And then I was working on something kind of mindless at work, and you were talking about this one particular incident that exploded. We'll just
Yeah.
leave it at that.
Aye.
I don't want no spoiler alert. I bellowed a laugh so loud. 3 people came into my office to see if I was okay.
It's funny, I don't often listen back, but I did go back on some of that, and it's funny hearing
Oh, God, it was funny.
Scott Monroe's reactions. He's just, oh, Jesus Christ.
He's
It's
just
so
so
good.
straight laced. And it's just like,
It's so funny.
oh, bless his heart to have to get through all that, you know. Oh man, Argonaut. That's it. Thank you for that. I was trying to remember the name of that liquor store. Cool liquor store in Denver. If y'all ever go. Um, Goodness gracious. Okay, so we were at sea.
But I'm going back to sea now. That's funny. Did I say this had peat? Don't know if I get it on the nose. I worry that I'm turning into Roy now that I'm slowly introducing peat and I'm quite enjoying some.
Yeah,
I worry that I might turn into Roy. That you start your peat
where you
radar
can't find it.
goes down.
Yeah. So I was trying to remember how much you did like Pete. Just for full disclosure, nothing. Ooh, never mind. I can't say that. Let me. I didn't say that. But I thought you. I mean, you definitely go to Isla, and you like Isla Drams, but nothing is like way over. Probably nothing is over probably 20, 25 ppm. Nothing like a 50 or a higher
This lineup.
in this lineup.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny because I thought generally when I
Mm,
see light peat, and I would say I do think C has some peat on it. When I see light peat, I tend to think Kalila,
mm,
just because of how light that often is. But I might be getting swayed by the fact that Lagavulin in a green bottle and it's often quite light. But
yeah.
it's funny. The first dram I had on the trip with Roy and the gang was a wee beastie. It was thrust upon me on a boat as we went off.
Yeah.
And that might have been a little unlock, actually, because I was like, that's all right. Just needed the winds and the sea spray spraying into my face to make me
Right.
enjoy it.
Well, and I think you're right too. That I mean, it's 5 years old, and I think the younger spirits can handle peat, or it's not that it maybe masks it more, or it just there's more of a complementary element to it.
Right.
Like they kind of work together a little bit better, um, or into the advantage of a young spirit anyway.
So I
For
think
sure.
if we're at sea, and I think there's peat there. So I think the first two are on the mainland, and I now think we've jumped onto an island.
Interesting.
I think we've just encountered our first ferry, and we've stopped off at the first distillery, and lo and behold, there's peat.
There's peat. You can never have too much peat, folks. I find that sweeter than I thought it was before.
That you thought that was
See,
sweeter?
yeah, then I remembered it the first time I had it.
So it's going to be between C and D as to, well, what did I say? I think C was my more preferred.
Very interesting. Hey, hon, Arky's home. Pete Radar definitely was hurt with a wee bit more Pete exclusives backed off. And then you feel like it's not as muted these days. Yeah. Sometimes you just have to recalibrate your palate, right? And usually I just go and just like, okay, I'm just gonna do bourbon matured for a good little bit.
I tell you, so just jumping between C and D.
Okay.
C definitely smells a little sharper. See, if it is peat, I guess it's lower, but it's a sharper taste for me on C, and D is a bit more warm. It's a fuzzy, rounded smoke, which I actually think now on reflection,
I get a lot more malt on the nose on D than C.
On D. Is it wrong if I say I still not figured out what malt note is? Like,
to me, it's like bread, bread or sourdough starter.
Okay.
Porridge.
Aye. All right. Okay.
It's kind of that thing. At least that's what I reckon it in my brain.
Right.
But I'm not worried about oak. Oh, that's really oaky. I'm like, what does that taste like? A 2x4? I mean, it's like if you're
Yeah.
is it a 2x4 or what?
My only touch point on that are like popsicle sticks, right? Because that's the only time that I'm sitting with
Yeah.
wood on my tongue, and it's not exactly pleasant, right? Nobody is enjoying. You do everything you can to
Where'd the
avoid ice cream to
dreamsicle
that.
go?
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
this.
So
I want the stick. Oh man.
I have to say, and again, not to keep plugging it, I'm not. It's just it was in the conversation on the podcast. When I was lucky enough to be at Loch Lomond, I managed to nose a virgin cask, and I've never nosed it. So you're that was a pretty cool. This is what raw oak smells and deliver, and it was insane because up until that point, I just thought that's what whiskey smelled like, but I could have sworn there was a spirit had been in there, whether it was a wine or whatever. Like,
Really?
So it was interesting to go, okay, well, I've banked that smell and nose is just the wood. So that's quite interesting, because when do you ever really get to smell, like a raw cask?
Yeah, not really unless you're around it. So one of the things I am getting to do, I'm booking pretty much have booked all the tours and tastings. I have a few still out there, but I'm going to Speyside Cooperage, and
Oh
that
yeah,
I'm so stoked about because as a technical writer, I got to know how things work. I need to see the process, I need to see like the whole thing happen.
yeah. Honestly, there's um on one of my trips, I visited McAllen.
Yeah.
So you've seen, that's you're seeing the utmost the tip of the iceberg in terms of like marketing and spend and like romancing the process. And then I went to
Yeah.
Tomatin, and it was so refreshing. So similarly, you're going to go to a cooperage full of hairy-arsed Scotsmen who are, their hands are as tough as leather.
Oh,
It's going to be refreshing. It's going to be good, at least
yeah.
if it is what I imagine it to be.
It's going to be like here's the working folk, like my people where we're from,
Ah,
like my people. My dad was a contractor. His dad was a carpenter. Just those people that made things with their hands. And so
yeah,
I think that the fact that I was Jennifer and I were both so very fortunate to get to meet Jim McEwen and talk to him about his time and growing up and apprenticing as a cooper. And it's just it's just when you can see it and you can see it and you can appreciate it as an art.
mm,
And whiskey is particularly interesting to me because of the casking. I love, all the other stuff. I get into fermentation times. I get into what's your yeast strain and all of
right,
those things. But the cask, coming from a living, breathing organism of a tree,
yeah,
and how that is then shaped and hewn into a vessel to
yeah,
hold the spirit, and then that metamorphosis within it is
yeah,
just, I just love it.
yeah, absolutely.
So I'm
Yeah,
stoked about seeing
that's
that.
gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. So, what distillery are you seeing that after?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say.
Ah, I thought I could get you.
I haven't had that many drams. I'm having wee sips tonight. See, I'm gonna tell you, when I come back, I'm gonna be sounding halfway like you because I am a linguistic sponge. I will be soaking up every little sorry and I and every it'll be hilarious with
Nice.
this accent. Oh goodness. I want to say hey again to Molasses who dropped in. Good to see you, friend. I love this. Jennifer laughed when I said 2x4. Yeah. You never know. You never know. So fun.
So part of me really hopes D isn't Lagavulin, because I do think of all the peated, I do think I like a Lagavulin. So I'm hoping it's not, because then my palate's off.
Are we on E yet?
He's bonkers. Honestly, he is bizarro.
It is bizarro, but it is good. Oh,
So if it's sherry, I mean, it kind of has to be sherry or port, I would say, that colour.
mm.
But there's not a rose. There's no rose, so I don't know if I've had this before. Are the Coopers at Balvenie as hairiest as the Speyside Cooperage one? Not sure. I don't.
I
The only
think
Coopers I saw was in Loch Lomond.
I think they're a little fancier at the Balvenie, probably. I don't know.
Oh man.
Oh goodness.
No, what
So,
we want is kilts to come back.
oh yes.
Now you
Uh,
need to get your husband in a kilt while you're over. Oh
I
my
would love
word!
that. I would love that.
Just rent one for a weekend.
That would be
Poor
fun.
Mark's not going to know what's happening to him.
It's just like, what the hell have you gotten me into?
It's a
But
second
you know
honeymoon.
what? He said that after we got married a long time ago. So for those who don't know, Mark is finally getting to go to Scotland with me. The last 2 trips I've gone by myself. I'll go over a week and then he comes over and then we're there for 2 weeks. And this is the longest trip we've had in almost 32 years of marriage. So I am counting on the fact that we will still like each other by the end of it. for sure. The day after we get back is our wedding anniversary, and we shall see it together. I promise. It'll be fun. No, I'm stoked. I'm really excited about showing him because he's such a cheerleader and he's always, encouraging me and making things happen for me to be able to do this. That I want him to see like why I love it. So, why I enjoy it so much. Beyond the fact that this whiskey journey has brought people like you and everyone here in the chat all in my path of life that I never would have had I not stopped at Oban to see how in the world a distillery worked, It's amazing.
Isn't that life affirming?
It is. It really is. It makes me feel like I feel like I'm pretty good going down the road.
I'd love to see at the end, when we leave this blue marble, it would be amazing to see a blueprint and the sliding doors moments. It'd be curious just to peek, just to see what happened. What would have happened if I did that or did that?
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah. I'm a
But
little
you chose the
afraid
right
at some
one.
of that.
No.
I mean, there's been a couple of points in my life, I'm sure like everybody else, that if you'd have taken the other fork, might not have worked out as good.
Fair play.
For sure.
Honestly, E's good. E is good.
He's
I
good.
think up until the redo, it was top for me.
Yeah. Well, 1, 2. I mean,
but I can't place. If it's a sherry, I don't think it's what I normally go for, which is like an Oloroso or a PX.
I might have thrown you a couple curveballs in here.
I hope
So tell
it's all
me,
Scotch.
let's talk about ABV. Oh, hell. Look at the time. We've been having fun, y'all. Hang in.
Yeah, sorry.
No, this is fun. ABV, what's the highest and which one's the lowest?
The highest, I would have said, it's maybe just because it's triggering me. I thought was C.
C?
Yeah. Okay. But your reaction suggests otherwise, Leanne. You gave a little bit away there.
I had to look to see which one C was.
C is the Kulila. But I don't hear you talk about Kulila often, so I don't know.
What's the lowest?
I thought A was the lowest. Just because of how easy it was to drink.
It's really good, isn't it? It really. I just get like, man, what is that? Almost like a pancake syrup.
You know what I've not had in a long time is a Tomatin Legacy or Dualchus. Is it here?
Mm.
But you're not giving
geographically it's a little close.
Okay.
That's your first hint.
Right.
Okay. So would you like to know which is which? Because you get it wrong. B is the highest ABV.
B's the highest.
B's the highest.
Man, I've been drinking too much high proof stuff.
And D is the lowest. D.
Wow. Whatever's going on with B, because it is a bit weird. It's maybe hiding that, but it's within how much are they all? What's the spread?
So the highest is 53.9.
Okay.
And the lowest is 46.
And the lowest was what again? D.
46. D.
46, and that was B was 53.
But yeah. So I'll tell you all the ABVs. A
all right.
was 52.5.
Oh, I wasn't far. Oh no, I said that was the lowest.
Yeah.
All right, don't listen to me, people.
I love this. This is great. So B was the highest at 53.9. C is 46.4.
Okay.
And then D is 46. So just a blip below.
Oh, and E, sorry? E was what?
D is 46.
No, E for...
E is 51.4.
Okay, 51.4. 51.4.
They are.
Cooper Henry, you're telling me.
Hey, Sabrina, good to see you. Oh, time for a dram. PX or Oloroso, like Glen Scotia 11. Hey, friend. Yeah.
Wish I had these blinds to play along. Honestly, there is a business model about dram-alongs and playing along. That might be my exit strategy, Leanne, is figuring out that.
Kevin, I'm gonna put you to test one night. That's for sure. A friends with a flight for with friends. Where did oh shoot yeah, Martin was like when he gets he's gonna get his Graham tartan together and sporing ready for when he goes
Yes.
to Bonnie.
Whiskey Franco, there's a few tricks of the trade to make it look effortless. You need socks of a certain height and ideally higher boots. Too many people, when you're wearing it more casually, too many people go uber casual and they'll put like sneakers and low socks on and it just looks wrong. You only need about that much skin showing, you know. You don't want to give it all away, so just a hint of the skin.
Perfectly a little knee, thank you.
Just a bit of knee.
Just a little bit. Yeah. Okay. I'm so excited about this. Okay. So I've got a series of questions I'm going to ask.
All right.
And we'll go through these.
Is there one question each dram? Is it one of those?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
So there are 5 questions, one answer for each of these. So I'm going to add these 2. So which one is a single cask? Which one is from an independent bottler? Which one's the oldest? I don't know that you. Which one was matured in special ex-bourbon casks? And which one is from the newest distillery of this lot?
Oh my God. I have to figure this out live.
Yeah, no. I mean, we could just kind of talk about it. I think you can kind of piece a couple of these.
Right. Well,
so
the newest has to be Rassie. You have to have snuck a Rassie in here.
You think?
But nothing stuck out as Rassie. All right, single cask. That's got to be the highest proof, no?
Hey, everyone. Good to see you, Chris. Thanks for being there. Martin says his pasty legs can only afford a little bit of knee, to be fair.
Yeah.
Don't worry about being pasty because everybody's pasty over there. Everybody's a little lack for tan on the fact there's not a whole lot of sun. Yeah, and like which one might be the oldest? You've thrown a couple of comments on there earlier that you were dead on. So that might help.
It doesn't because I've already forgotten all of that, Leanne. That's based on it sticking around in the brain. Well, ex-bourbon, I've got to say A. Let's lock in the easy ones, he says.
Okay. So ex-bourbon you say is A.
Yeah. The newest, I did say it was C or D, I think. I don't know. Let me try C again.
I need to know what y'all are drinking out here.
Yeah, what's Trooper drinking? Is he in his basement drinking something?
Oh, we don't have basements down here. The water table is like 18 inches.
Oh, aye.
Be a swimming pool. He's got his man cave. I need to go find that man cave one day because he's got some good bottles up in there.
He says, "Can I just bomb the test and keep drinking?" I had some stuff to do tonight, but I'm now on the latter. I'm like, I'm just gonna keep going.
So James says that Loch Lomond dropped their distillery peated blend, noticed at 40 pounds, 57 ABV, but only 5 years old. But man, I'd like to taste that just to see.
It's a tricky one, isn't it? Do you want older or more whiskey in your whiskey?
Yeah.
To quote the dummies.
But if it started out with really good spirit, I might deal with the young,
Yeah. I'm sitting on a bit of a no new bottle ban for a year, and I'm concerned that because I'm not tracking stuff and I'm not tracking prices, I'm concerned when I do then start looking to buy, am I going to be really disappointed and frustrated?
Mm,
I don't know.
yeah.
Right, back to this. So a single cask, can I be the oldest? Oldest is I think it's got to be.
So everyone says, had a friend over and you tried some of that Aaron 18 and Glendronach 12, 15. I bet they enjoyed that. If they did, you might need to find a different friend. Just
Man.
saying. Oh, some HP, some Highland Park 15. That's a good bottle, friend.
Well,
That's a nice heathery light peat.
15's great.
Yeah, a band. So our friend Mark JG is in Scotland now. He was at Balblair and Glenmorangie today, and they head to Isla this weekend. But he was on a ban pretty much through the whole pandemic time. Didn't really buy much at all, and that's how he paid for his trip to Scotland. He said, he was just gonna. I was like, more power to you.
But
Just,
but you watch him spend now.
yeah, yeah.
He's going to be buying
I
stuff.
was like,
But
did you buy anything, Bob Blair? He goes, no, I'm saving it all for Isla.
to be fair, the price ratios the way they are, you could probably fly to Scotland, buy your year's worth of whiskey, and it's probably going to cancel out.
Yeah,
with the price difference,
probably so.
and you've bought it at source.
James says, I'm fairly fresh. My liver can handle it. There you go. All good things. I went and had a checkup today. Liver's doing great. Jennifer says she has herself on a bottle ban at the moment. Yet you sent me pictures of a Ardemarken today. You friend. At least you're helping you kill off some bottles. Yeah, you got to kill some of these bottles off. I've got like a little group of kills I need to make. No, Kevin, no new bottles for you. We know that that's not going to happen at your household. And frankly, I'm the recipient of too many wonderful ends of your bottles. So you keep buying, buddy. Oh, that's great. Yeah. So, we just this part's for fun. I don't know how you can really kind of figure this part out. So how about if I
I'm good.
reveal?
I've committed. No, I've committed.
Okay.
Right.
So yeah, so give me your answers and then I'll reveal what the bottles are
Okay.
in no order. And then you can see if you want to change your answers to these questions.
All right.
Okay.
So single cask, I'm going to say D.
Okay.
I'm backing off that being young. The IB, I'm saying E.
Okay.
The oldest I'm going to say is B for Belter.
Okay.
The ex-bourbon, I'm saying A. Scotty and Roy will love the fact that I put what I think is an ex-bourbon as my most preferred.
They will like that.
And the newest, I'm going to say, just because I feel like it was a bit sharp, is C.
Okie dokie. So I'm going to reveal what the bottles are, but not the order.
Right.
And all. So you can decide if you want to rearrange any. I'm not going to tell you if you got anything right or wrong.
Yeah. I'm hoping you're going to score me because I can't figure out what I've done.
I'm going to score you.
Okay, good.
So here we go. Here are the bottles. Everybody ready? Scarabus from Hunter Lane, which is an NAS.
Yeah, there's a Rassy. Told you.
Glenmorangie Star.
Okay.
Which do you know about that one?
Yes. Yeah, I think it's quite lamented that it was very good, I heard.
Yeah, it was very good. And they used oak from the Missouri Ozarks on the northern slope, made the casks, put bourbon in them for 4 years,
Oh,
and then heavily recharred them and used them for the expression.
wow.
Um, then you have Glenallachie single cask, 2008, 12-year with port pipes.
There, but there's Longrow. Wow.
And then you have Longrow peated
Pinot
Pinot Noir, 15-year.
Wow,
So that's
right.
your oldest. And then you have the Isle of Rassay. It's their core expression.
Okay. Can you leave that on screen for me, though?
Yeah.
So,
So yeah, I'll just throw some comments because they're like flying in here. Let's see.
Scarabus. That's a blend, right?
It's a Isle malt. It's a single malt.
Oh, it's single.
Mm-hmm.
And I said that was E.
Yeah, Matt.
So that's got to be E, the oldest.
Oh, interesting, Sabrina. So
yeah, I'm gonna
yeah. So I will say, out of these 5 questions, you had 2 right, but I'm not going to tell you which ones they were.
Oh, I'm tanking big time.
No,
this is the last time. Sorry, Andrew Butler. He's the last. He's the last one that sent me a blind, and I'm
no. And
delinquent.
Andrews are
Get
like,
it. I'm never doing another blind. Never.
If you can survive Andrew's blinds, you can survive anything.
I'm not even sure how I'm going to do it.
Spectacular. His drams are just amazing.
It might be the first time that Time for a Dram goes live on his own channel is when I try and go through his drams. Right. So let's go in on the Glenallachie single cask.
This is interesting. I think you're right there, Martin, about Scarabus. What independent bottler could get enough of Isla to put in its expression?
Well, I got that wrong, so I'm going to say that's Scarabus now. No, that can't be. Oh, sorry, I'm changing. My bad. The drums are kicking in.
I know.
Port pipes, Glenallachie, and that's what is that then? What question was that? That's the single cask. Is that single cask? Oh yeah, single. Yeah. Got you.
So which one is the single cask?
Okay.
The name tells you Glenallachie. Which of the drams is it?
Yeah. Oh, I see. I've got to say that, right? My bad. All right, so I need to give. Oh, this is even easier then. Hang on. Right, so that's B. Longrow is E. Scarabus. I'm just going to go that way. I'm just going to go with what I think is that. So that's that. Glenmoral. And then.
That's awesome.
Please do give me some notice. All right, aye. Rassay. Well, I'm going to be nice to Alistair and say, I'm going to say Rassay is A and Glenmoe. Oh no, Glenmoe's not P. Oh, see now what's happened is I've gone in like gung ho on 3, and now 2 don't match the last 2.
Well, I mean, you know which one's peated, right?
Aye. Yeah. So that would be. Nah, that's not.
So of the peated,
but Rassay's not heavily peated.
No, it's not.
So.
I think you know which one Rassay is.
Well, I don't want A to be Glenmorangie because it's got to be though. A, B, C, D. So it's D. It's D. Rassay was D. Rassay, it wasn't that smoky though. But okay, I think I've committed.
So Mark says he enjoyed his first taste of Rassay. It was fun to see where they go. Yeah, it really is. Cool that they included the Chinkapin oak in their standard release. Yeah, so it's the Chinkapin oak, the rye casks, which I know you're not a big fan of rye, but and red Bordeaux cask for for that.
See, I think that red Bordeaux maybe offsets the rye funk, the weirdness for me.
Yeah.
But I have to say, I need a bottle of the inaugural.
Yeah. You
I need,
spoiled me because that was what you included on
I,
mine because someone
I,
from a sample you had.
and I've quizzed him. I've quizzed Alistair before or since. I was like, Alistair, I really like the inaugural. How, like, what are we? Do we keep tracking in that? Is that where you're going? But it feels like he's in a different play. I don't know. Curious what Roy conversation is, but there are still some kicking around in auction, and one of my mates might be looking for one for me in the UK. But I honestly, that inaugural blew me away. So I think I need a bottle. I think I need a bottle.
It absolutely did.
All right, I'm locked in, and I'm gonna tank terribly.
No. Okay, so which is the single cask?
Can I just say which is Scarabus?
Yeah, tell me which one's Scarabus.
C.
No.
That means it was Rassy then. Okay, Glenallachie, I'm saying was B, and that was a single cask, right?
Correct.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna say Long Row was E.
Correct.
Glenmorangie was A.
Correct. Yes.
And Rassy was D. So C and D wrong.
C and D
Man.
wrong.
But did I not? At one point, I think I did say C was maybe young.
So you said C and D were both young. C is Rassay. D is the Scarabus.
Which was what? Do we know
Kalila.
which? Kalila. Oh, okay.
Kalila.
Oh, I got them wrong. I got them still talking about them wrong. Well, then my palate.
No, that was pretty good.
I don't know.
No, you got it. So I lamented. I was like, when I finally figured this out, I was like, holy hell, there's not a sherry in the bunch. And the man loves sherry. What am I doing? You know? So I felt like I was slightly tormenting you.
Well, I think the thing you've triggered me the most is something that's probably going to be unobtainium, which is tracking down a bottle of that Glenmorangie a star.
Y'all, yeah, you see, I only have that much left.
Aye.
But that's
really good.
It's really good stuff, y'all. Oh my goodness.
52%.
Yeah, 52.5.
That's great. Okay. So I have a list. It's going on my phone. I have a list of the things that have triggered me that I might have got if I was not in a band. And that's going on there. That might be one to try and see if anyone can help me. So did you try, do I need to plan the route now for you?
Yeah. So tell me what my route is.
Right. Well, we know you're going to come in to either Glasgow or Edinburgh. That's going to be your start point. Let me see. So Rassie's on there. So you're going down to Campbelltown. Amazing.
Yeah.
And Glenallachie and Scarabus.
I had to take Aaron off, which just about did me in until I found out they're doing a lot of construction at Cronza, and I was like, okay, I'll just go another time.
Right. So if it were me,
yeah,
I would go north to then go west to then go south. So I would go. Where's Glenmorangie to Glenallachie? Glenmorangie's even more north. Wow, you're going pretty north, Leanne. Very good. So I would go. You're going to Glasgow, I think. No, wait. Are you flying into London?
London. I'll give you a hint. London to Edinburgh first.
All right. Okay. So
I
think then you go. You're hot footing all the way up the length of the country to Glenallachie, to the Glenmorangie,
which is like going from Baton Rouge to South Arkansas, to give everybody else in the States context.
There we are. So you've gone from to Glenallachie to Glenmoe, and then you come Then you go to Rassay, then you go to Kalila, and then you go to Campbelltown.
Kind of, sort of, almost.
You do Campbelltown then, Isla?
Yeah, but I go to Glenmorangie first. I go all the way
so you're
up,
going all the
and
my
then-
gosh.
So I'm next week. I'm going to go through the whole itinerary with everybody on the show, because I've been chomping at the bit, but I wanted this to happen first because I didn't want to give him any hints to the bottles so much as the route, because you pretty much got the route. But so not only Aaron did I have to like table, but I wanted to get all the way to Wick, and it was going to just eat up too much time. So Jennifer and I will eventually get there, so then we can go to the shed. We can go to Orkney too.
And Orkney, yeah. If you go that far, you've got to go Orkney.
Yeah. So
Highland Park, stunning.
I go from I'm in Edinburgh for a couple of days, and I see my friend Harry, and then
so you've cancelled out the London
Harry.
gig.
Yeah.
So you're set, okay, because you had tickets to both.
Yes. Funny how that worked, that I didn't have to sell a set. And then then I'll go all the way up to Inverness, and then from Inverness I'm gonna go do Glenmorangie, and then Clynelish. Well, Clynelish first, and then Glenmorangie.
Okay, so you stop at Clynelish. Good.
Yeah, I'm super stoked about that. And Kevin, who was in earlier, he's a big Clynelish fan, so I'm hoping they have something fun there. Distillery, bottle there.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Also, bear in mind, I think it might be a blanket for Diageo. If you do a tour, they often take that off of a bottle price. So and you get a Dram.
Give me a little voucher.
You get a Dram on your tour, so you're as well doing it. And then you'll get a bottle cheaper as well.
Yeah, I am very stoked about that. And then from the next day, I'm 3 days basically in Speyside.
Nice.
And so
you said the cooperage.
Yeah, so I'll do the cooperage, I'll do Glenallachie, and a lot more there. I'm really stoked about that. And then I'll go see. I'm trying to jump over to Inverary to see my buddy Mike on the way to Glasgow to go pick up Mark, who's going to be flying into Glasgow. Right. And we'll see Roy, and hopefully we'll have a pile of people. I've been laughing that
sip and see.
We're going to have a sip and see in Glasgow at the Pot Still or somewhere at the Bonnecourt somewhere. We'll figure it out between now and then. 6 weeks from tomorrow. I still cannot even believe it's here, but yeah. So come have a sip of whiskey and see Leanne down here in the south.
Beads, stickers, take your merch.
Oh yeah, we'll have fun. We'll have fun with that. But down in the south, when a baby's born, you have a sip and see, and everybody wants to see the baby. So you come and you sip some punch. And I asked Roy, I said, "Hey, how about we put together like a little sip and see?" And he's like, "Sorry." And it's like, everybody come and sip some whiskey and see Leanne, and we'll all have fun. And so, yeah, I'm pretty stoked about that. And then we're there a couple of days in Glasgow, and then Mark and I head out for 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Amazing.
And we go to Rassay first. So we'll go up to Skye. We go through Ben Nevis. We'll spend the night in Fort William, and then we'll go over. I just want to do that whole thing in one day. And just because I do want this to be a vacation too.
Yeah.
Not just
and so do you spend the night on Rassay?
Yes. Yeah.
I've not managed to do that yet. And honestly, the setup there, and you're going to get to see, they've got a new bar, a new setup. Stunning. You're going to have such a good time.
Really. So Alistair's all ready for me. He's inked me in his diary, he said. So so he's going to be doing the tour with us, and I'm really stoked to get to see him again after meeting him in 2019 and seeing how far he's come. And now, he was down in Campbelltown this week because, surveying the area where they're going to build the new distillery down there. Plus their festival starts the week I get into town. I'm purposely not doing festivals this time. And then
talk me through that. What was the decision point there?
Well, mainly because I wanted to not compete with a lot of people. I wanted I wanted it to kind of be chill and not as many people. I like going over in the fall because of
Mm.
that too, and especially the weather.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the voucher tickets that we had and everything, we had to, pretty much go this time of year
Aye, okay.
because these were left over from our 2020 trip that got
Aye,
canceled.
okay. Got you.
Yeah. So yeah, from there we're gonna then we'll go down. I was gonna go to Isla next, but because of the way tours worked out,
Okay.
I'm going to Campbelltown first.
Uh-huh. So you're
And then
doing
we go over
Springbank, barley to
Springbank, doing
bottle?
the barley to bottle,
Yes.
and doing the
You
warehouse
blend your own.
tour
You
for
blend you
Glen Scotia.
okay, nice.
Yeah.
Superb.
So I'm stoked about that one. Then we go to Isla for 3 days.
Nice.
So we're just gonna chill, and if I could just like camp out at Boonahaven, I'll be.
Oh,
Boona
aye.
has evaded me my 2 times to Isla,
So
so
you're doing Buna and you're doing, is it Warehouse 7
none. Yeah,
or Warehouse 9?
yeah,
With wee David Brody, no
yeah.
doubt. He's a character.
And I'm doing Lagavulin. I hadn't gone to Lagavulin before, so
Oh
I'm
yeah.
doing that with Ian Carter.
Oh my word. So we're going to be spoiled for photos. There's going to be
Yeah,
lots of photo opportunities.
can't wait. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, the chat is like screaming and flying. So I'm
Oh,
gonna jump back over here real quick.
I'm going to kick back with
Um,
this long row while you do that, Leanne.
yeah.
Slanja, Leanne. That was
Slanja
an
Ba, my friend,
amazing
right?
flight.
Mm.
I'm already constructing one in my mind
Kevin
for you.
Cullen is the one who corrupted me on this long grow.
Mm.
That's for sure. There was a comment. Where'd it go? Oh shoot. It was asking me. Oh, there it is. What's the hardest distillery tour for the trip that you had to cut out? Aaron, no doubt.
Mm.
As bad as I wanted to go up to Old Pulteney and Wick, it almost killed. I mean, like I think I actually shed a tear when I realized like 8 ferries in one trip is probably pushing my luck. So, and because the construction that they were doing, a couple of the things weren't available. So it was just like, I want to do that at another time when I can do it and lag and just not feel like I got to make a ferry,
Also, spoiler or bear in mind, you'll have a check-in time for your ferries, which will be a little
Yes.
bit earlier.
Some
So
are 10
that
minutes,
might
some are
catch you
30
out.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind.
Yep. So here are the bottles, y'all. I forgot to throw that up there. I got so excited.
What a lineup.
Yeah. I wanted to. So Mark Broda and I just did a Camp Dram. I just released that one a couple weeks ago on the Scarabus. So I threw that one in.
Aye.
Yes, you do. Trooper, it's available here in Louisiana now. So try Martin's or up here at Oak Point. Let me know if you need help on that.
Oh, that a star, honestly. It's funny to have tasted that blindly, Anne. Thank you, because I remember people talking about it, and tasting it blind just backs it up. That's really good.
Yeah, it's
where was your preference? Where was your a star? The
star, yeah.
But out of curiosity, how was your rank? How would you rank?
Yeah, Ben, definitely want to go to Wolfburn if we're up there. That's for sure. So
Could you?
The longer E was my
your top.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre.
It's very bizarre. I want to tell you, we had it at a bottle share, and my friend Con made bourbon soaked chocolate covered cherries that we had with this, and it was like religious. It was so good. It was so good. But this star did not open up for a while. When that first probably third of the bottle, I was like, I was a little worried.
Right.
And then once it got past half and opened up, it just now I'm sad because it's almost gone,
Aye. Too good.
It is. So Kevin says you gotta do the We got to do this when you come back and already have 5 samples for me. Oh, great. This guy's collection is mind blowing. And he's gonna, mm, he'll kill me with those for sure. It's on, man. You got it. Flight with friends. We'll do it. Um, oh my goodness. Andrew says we'll be staying in the Arshall.
Archie.
Actually, no, we're going to be in the grammar school. There's a grammar school they've made into a little hotel. So we're going to be staying there.
I Airbnb'd and when I was, oh, not an Airbnb, like a little room. It was decent.
Yeah.
Campbelltown, it's funny, you know, Campbelltown, don't expect too much when you're there. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But Springbank doesn't disappoint. You're going to love that.
I just figure it's going to be a little bit, you know, here and there. Look who this is. Hey, Andrew, thanks for being here. Yeah, we're going to hit all the fun Isla hotspots. We may even make it out to have some curry.
If Andrew's here, where's Dr. Scotch?
You know, they're never in the same place at the same time. I'm just saying.
Well, you touched on a good one there, Leanne, not to draw your stream too long. How's the food scenario looking? Because quite honestly, you know, for decades, Scotland got a bad rep for its food. And it's fair to say, you know, there were people probably overindulging in fried food and fish and chips for sure. But, and I try and park my bias. I've got a few chef friends, and they often say they have the best, like nature's best larder pantry in Scotland. And
the
you can
best
have amazing
scallops
food.
I ever had were it was a toss between the ones I had at Oban and the ones I had on Jura.
Oh.
They were just
because I know you like your food. I know you like your food. Have you lined up anything? Have you gone it? Because offline I can try and give you some tips as well if there's
I do need tips. I did make reservations at the Sea Salt on Isla.
Okay.
For one night.
And remind me, when did you go? When is it?
So Isla we'll be there in June.
No, and in Edinburgh, how long are you there for?
It's just 3 nights.
Okay. No, yeah. and when? In a couple of weeks?
Yeah, 6 weeks. So it's the last week in May.
Okay.
The last weekend. Yeah.
All right.
I fly out that Wednesday.
Okay.
After Memorial Day.
All right.
Yeah.
I've got another wee list. I mean,
I need to pick your brain about a couple places, and we'll definitely do that offline.
Because quite honestly, and you know, everyone here will go over for the whiskey, but
no, the food is amazing.
If you choose wisely, you can have some amazing food.
So when we were on Isla, some of the best venison I've ever had.
Oh my God, yes.
I mean, just these venison medallions with the hollandaise sauce and capers, and then I guess it was like blood sausage that was cut up in like little cubes and flash fried. Oh my heavens! I mean, and I think what people don't understand is in Louisiana we eat anything down here. I mean, anything. Like, there's a big joke about the first time, you know, like there was a little mama crawfish and a baby crawfish. And the baby crawfish said, "Oh, mama, what is that? Run!" I said, "Oh, baby, don't worry, that's a cow. He won't hit. He just eat the grass. Oh, okay, mama. And so then they went a little bit longer. Oh, mama, run. Oh, don't worry, that's a dog. He ain't gonna eat us, baby. Don't worry about that. Oh, okay. And then all of a sudden, mama said, "Baby, run, baby crawfish." "Why, mama? There's a Cajun. He'll eat anything." And it was, we eat anything down here. So when I went the first time, you know, and had a full Scottish breakfast, and the first person that said, "Aha, you're going to eat haggis," I'm like, hell yeah, it's boudin, but you use oatmeal instead of rice, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it was just, that was just like our food. And that's what I love too so much about Scotland. And it's not just, you know, the whiskey, but the people and the salt of the earth people that are so very common with what we have in South Louisiana. There's so many similarities and alignments with the culture, you know, between a Cayley and a Fedodo, you know.
Yeah.
between both cultures being told don't use your language. There's all these similarities and things that are relatable. First and foremost, I'm not Cajun, but I absorb it by being around all these people and being very proud
Sure.
of my state. On some things I'm very proud of my state. Other things not so much, but we'll get
No,
there.
you're in for an absolute treat. So how long you there in total?
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Oh man.
If I had gone along longer, I would. But yeah, it's I'll be happy to get home. I know, but I'll be planning the next one right on, as much as we could.
And out of curiosity, so you're taking an empty case with you. You're taking inflatable bottle bags and
Yep.
all the good stuff we know you should
I'm
do.
actually trying to take some um Texas whiskey over.
Good. That was gonna be a question because honestly, I loved that Phil and Deepa did it. And I think it's a great benchmark. It's like taking some stuff,
Yeah.
try this because you're
Yeah.
going to meet whiskey passionate, and
Yeah.
it's lovely to blow their mind with other stuff.
So one of the places I'm staying, the place I'm staying in Speyside is the Gables Whiskey B&B.
Mm.
And if y'all don't follow them on Instagram, do that for sure. They're a couple from the Netherlands who retired there, and they have a whiskey lounge. So I think they only have 4 rooms in their B&B, but then they have a whiskey lounge, and they'll do different, pairings and different things like that too in the evenings. And so that in particular, I'm looking to bring them a bottle of Andalusia Striker.
Oh yeah,
Because there's no way they're going to get that over there.
yeah.
They might could get a Belconis,
And with Andalusia, it's like a distant cousin, right? It's like because they're single malt. I love that
Yeah,
he's all single malt.
right. And
Uh,
it's such a good value. So I'm gonna do that. Taking some prizes. I'm trying to take some Louisiana. I'm trying to find them out. So I sent you a package of jambalaya
yes,
mix with your samples.
I've not used my first one. You gave me one when we were
Really?
at the Bastards Ball.
Oh, I forgot. That's right. I
Uh,
did in your little goodie bag.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, look who's up here. Hey man, great to see you, Tom. The chocolate enclosed shortbread cookie. Bite the ends off of it and use this as a straw for your favorite whiskey. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That's fantastic, man. Oh, that's great. Oh, this is so super. But this was a lot of fun. This was so a lot of fun.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that was amazing.
Still Austin. James, can y'all get Still Austin over there? Because I wouldn't figure that you could.
Mm,
They
I
don't
wouldn't.
even sell it in many states other than Louisiana and Texas now.
Yeah, I'd be surprised.
Yeah. They're oh look and another dummy showed up. The best kind of dummies. Good to see you, friend. Thanks so
I
much.
I
He
don't know
did
how I
very
did.
well.
I don't know how I did. Did I pass? Did I pass?
You passed. Absolutely, you passed.
There
When
we
I
go.
knew you were on it when you were like C and D are young, and I'm like, yep, they are. They really are. They very much are. But yeah,
Honestly, Leanne, I was saying to my wife today, like I feel like the length of time I'm away from Scotland, there's like a little countdown. I'm like, okay, it's ticking over now. I need to go back. And I feel like that's already going. To know that you're going soon, I'm like, oh, I could just go over. I could just go over.
is there anything I need to bring back for you?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. You save all your precious case space for
But
bottles.
we are between my case and Mark's case. And I've been known to buy a suitcase. I know where
Aye,
TK Maxx is. It's not TJ Maxx over there. It's TK
TK. Yeah,
Maxx.
yeah, that's right.
But yeah, I would definitely do that. It's
And don't listen to what TSA or whoever say what your maximum is. Clothes you can buy again in this side of the Atlantic.
yep.
Just fill your case with whiskey.
I'm gonna
I,
do
I,
it.
I joke that my case is a Molotov cocktail on wheels when I come home.
I'm a very good packer.
Mm.
And so I definitely will be bringing that. I do want to. Yes, I'm going to be taking some Slap Your Mama seasoning over there. I am. I am. I've got some Louisiana hospitality gifts. We'll call them that. I think I can legally bring rice into the country.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think anyone's checking stuff coming this way. It
Yeah.
tends to be back the way.
It is, but that, well, I hope you had fun doing this. We had
This was a
such
blast. It was
This
a
was so much
blast.
fun.
And that's a great flight.
Yeah.
Sorry, Alistair, that I placed you so low.
So to kind of to give you a little bit on this, we're so next week we're gonna be talking about the trip. The week after, Zach is coming on, and we're going to talk about single malts Balcones style, because we all know
aye.
Zach is a Balcones fanboy, and the dude knows his stuff, and he loaded me up with a bunch of great single malt samples from Balcones. So we're going to be going through that too here real soon. Folks, if you have not, sign in and subscribe to Dram Face, be a member of Dram Face. Make sure you go to the podcast and listen to this man. I have told him repeatedly he could put Matthew McConaughey out of business talking everybody to sleep with this accent.
All right. Oh,
there you go. And I mean, truly, but no, seriously, it's so good. And all of y'all are already on Aquavite, the usual suspects. You've got Gregor is the ringleader, but you got Scott Monroe and Roy lets his hair down a little bit, and it is a lot of fun, and a great cast of characters there. Roy show Thursday. We've been talking a lot about Brassé, and
one of the best bottle designs in the last 5 years.
It's absolutely stunning. It's so pretty, and super good people, really good people.
Aye.
When you meet people and you know that they're good, you damn well want them to succeed.
Yeah.
Roy being at the Isle of Brassé, talking to Alistair Day, talking about, his passion and his family and how, he came up in the trade, but, and the way that he is, I know he's going to touch on all these things of honoring his dad and his grandfather with the way that they were blenders. It's going to be the setting is absolutely stunning, and I haven't even gotten there yet. I have a feeling I'm going to boohoo when I have to leave, because we're only there for one night. Not only that, but we had a couple of dummies, the Scotch for Dummies guys were in tonight, Andrew and Drew, Sanja friend on that one, and they're getting into the American single malts, and they've got a big show coming up Thursday night too, so be sure to tune into that. Hit the like button. Gregor, can you sit back for a few minutes?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you very much, friend, for coming on. I don't know which one that you've killed. I'm going to kill Brassé here.
I've killed everything. I'm saving the best to last. The Brassé. Hey, Alistair.
It is. When this stuff gets about 5 more years on it, holy shit.
Well, Leanne, without giving too much away, you're gonna taste some stuff from the cask when you're there.
Yeah, I am.
And honestly, gang, we're in for a treat when it finally gets bottled.
I can't wait. It's so good this young. Thank you, friend, for being here. I appreciate it. I'll see you in a bit. Y'all, thanks so much for coming in and hanging with us an hour and a half. I knew we were going to go long, because how can you not with such a fabulous person? Thanks everyone for all the support, the chats, the super chats, the memberships. We had a blast, as I knew we would. I hope you liked this lineup, and I am stoked again to share the trip with y'all next week. It's going to be a blast. So y'all be well. And which one? The long grow. Well, cheers with that. Until next week. Love y'all. Be well. Drink even better. Slange y'all.